Hello, my name is Michaela Riley. This is for course ESL 440 N 0500 for the Methods of Structured English Instruction, College of Education, GCU. This is for analyzing Arizona's language development approach. To start off with, the Arizona definition of English learner is those whose native language is not English and who have difficulty reading, writing, speaking, or comprehending English, and such that it limits their instructional achievement in the classroom. That is from Auditor General from 2011. There are many different programs that Arizona uses for their English learners throughout their state. Those are ESL, ESL Pullout, ESL Resource Centers, ESL class periods, bilingual programs, and structured English immersion programs, which is also called SEI. To define each of those really quick, ESL is defined as those whose have English as their second language. This is to be used when the population of English language learners, there's a diverse first languages. So many of them have different first languages. This program is beneficial for teachers as they do not have to be proficient in their students' first languages, which is why it is helpful for lots of different first languages. With this, there are several different subcategories, as I mentioned. The ESL pullout method is typically used in elementary classrooms. Students will be pulled from their gen ed classrooms that are taught in primarily English. They'll be pulled out and they will work on their English language development. ESL resource centers are centers that students from different classes and different schools will come together and they will work on their English language. And then ESL class periods are those that are used in middle schools that are similar to ESL pullout but are to be used as a full class period, and they will get credit for this course. They will be working on English development during that course. Bilingual programs are those that teach in both their students' first language and in English. So this is beneficial for students who there is a large population of students who have a similar first language. So it's such as a large population of students who speak Russian or a large student population of those that speak Spanish. Teachers who teach bilingual programs need to be proficient in both the student's first language and English. Structured English immersion, SEI, the goals is for this program is for students to be mainstreamed into English courses by 2 to 3 years after the start of the program. Students are taught in only English, and they can be supplemented with their native language or their first language when needed. So if they need assistance and they don't understand something that is being taught in English, they may have assistance. The teachers who teach SEI, they need to have bilingual education backgrounds or have ESL teaching credentials in the state of Arizona. That was as of 1993. Arizona's language development approach focuses in on the fact that English language learners are key valuable members of the community and are key assets to students in the schools. Every person that works in a school system has a role to play. That is a large part of language development, and with this, they have a large role to play in the students' achievement and success. Arizona's language development approach has 4 main principles. Principle 1 focuses on asset behaviors and expectations. This can be summarized as educators being expected to acknowledge students' backgrounds, respect their backgrounds, know the assets of biliteracy, leverage home languages when needed, and recognize that each student's journey is unique. So no 2 programs can work perfectly for 2 different students. In some cases, they may need assistance in more areas than others. Principle 2 focuses on integrating instruction in disciplinary language and content. This principle focuses on differentiated instruction scaffolding. Principle 3 targets explicit language and instruction and focuses in on designing different creative opportunities and instruction. Principle 4 is all about assessing, monitoring, and giving English learners feedback on their projects. This is to be done by using Arizona's English proficiency standards. Student agencies encourages students to know and recognize their strengths, and this can give students confidence and they can feel confident in their learning and through English programs. For SEI, there are 4 subcategories. The newcomer, which is for students who are new to the English language and they need more assistance, and they cannot be put into general ed classrooms because there are too many obstacles to where they don't know the language yet. They will have more rigorous instruction in their first language and to be able to have English language development more focused on. Pull-out is similar to the ESL pull-out method. This is where a SEI teacher will pull out EL students to work in small groups or one-on-one. The 2-hour program is for SEI students who focus on 2 hours of English development a day, and for the remainder of their day, they will integrate into mainstream content in general ed classes. And then finally, 50-50 dual immersion programs. Students in dual language SEI programs have 30 minutes of targeted English instruction a day, and then 90 minutes for K through 5 students and 70 minutes for 6 through 12 students of integrated ELD content of their dual language program at their school. I apologize if this went a little long. Thank you so much for listening.